We're bad at this. We're bad. Oh no! Here we are. We're live on
live
CVP.
now?
We're live. Yeah, we thought we were live just now.
Where are we live?
But we're live inside their computer right now.
Space,
over there.
on the website.
Hello, over there. Hello, internet. So we're live on CVP.
What does that stand for?
Creative, never mind. So anyway, we're live on CVP. My name is Kai W. You might know me from such works as seen on Red Wolf Airsoft, probably not. Digital Rev TV, most likely.
Yes.
Own channel when I post my own stuff, and of course, collabs with CVP right here. I'm here with my good friend Paul John Bayfield.
Hello. How are you? Are you well? I do hope so. So we're going to be talking about how to do a YouTube or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're doing live, so we're right on YouTube now.
Who knows what could happen? We've already got some questions coming in from some people that we recognise.
We've got
Locke.
Mainly from Locke.
Very good, very good.
So what do you think of live then?
I've never had much experience of live. So far it seems to be going okay. I think we're all right. Got to remember not to swear. So just keeping the Tourette's on the download.
Brief introduction to Paul, if you don't know who he is.
You don't,
which
you're not
is probably the case.
It's fine, unless you have, no. Unless
pro photographer.
Films in the 80s.
It says right there, pro photographer, just in case I forget who you are. Is that a professional photographer?
I am,
But it says music and editorial photography. Would you like to correct that?
I do a lot of music. Yeah, and lots of stuff. Yeah, I listen to a lot of music and lots of editorial stuff.
But now you do video. You've done a recent thing.
I do video.
In Sri Lanka, right?
That's correct, Kai.
Nat Geo.
I have. I've been out with a Nat Geo Explorer and we've been doing video about a new species of frog. So I've dipped my toes.
What do you mean a new species of frog?
There's a new
frog?
There might be a new species of frog. Can't actually say, but possibly there might be. Very gotta be, shh.
You can write the Wikipedia page then.
Maybe I've been doing a bit of that.
Yeah, so you've been doing that. You also do your own YouTube stuff sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But, so I'm getting used to video. Been out doing proper production video, which will end up on YouTube. But then, when it comes to YouTube stuff, I've been doing stuff on my phone as well. I think I did a whole trip to Russia just on my phone.
Yeah, why?
So, I know, lots of people have said this. Why? When you have the toys to do it properly, especially when we're here at CVP, when you can pretty much pick out whatever you want. Because sometimes it's just about whatever you happen to have on your person. And I'm not really too precious sometimes when it comes to a bit of video about how I'm going to broadcast or how I'm going to make stuff.
Yeah. We're going to talk more about gear. I'm sure there can be loads of questions about gear because CVP is all about gear. And I do mainly reviews about gear. So naturally, that's going to come up. We've got some questions via Twitter. And
more importantly, we've got cake.
We've got cake. I did say bring your own tea. We've got tea.
I've
got breakfast tea, not Earl Grey tea, which is sweet.
A lot of questions about tea at the minute.
Yeah. Can I have a banana?
There might be an ulterior motive to that.
I don't know where they
want your time zone or if you have the lights out.
Or where he wants me to put it.
Yes.
But anyway, what's the hardest part for you about making videos for YouTube?
Oh man, honestly, editing.
Yeah.
I suck at editing. I'm bad. I mean, I would start off, in all honesty, just using iMovie. Just because it was the easier thing. Like, I'd take a bunch of stuff on my phone, I'd take a bunch of stuff on my camera, and I'd just chuck it together on the software that came with the camera. But now I'm having to get into more dedicated software. Yeah. So it's usually between one or two things. You've either got Premiere Pro, you've got the Adobe Suites, or you have Final Cut Pro. That's my Norfolk coming out. Final Cut Pro with all the Apple software. Yeah. So I'm getting my head around Final Cut Pro, and I'm kind of getting there.
Well, it's so like a posh iMovie, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
That's the great thing about it.
Yeah, it kind of makes it more user-friendly if you're not just a little bit of a remtard with computers. Because I've told you before, if I weren't editing on my computer, it would be a nightlight. Yeah. I suck at it. I'm so bad at it. Like watching you edit when you whiz through stuff. I mean, I know you've been doing it for a while, but it's like the Matrix to me. I just see
Well, when it comes to editing my own stuff, well, when I first started with the company who I shouldn't mention too much because we're on CP right now, But when I started, I was filming by myself and then editing it, and I was using iMovie, and then it's a tedious task.
That must have been a while ago, though.
That's like 8 years ago.
Wow. See, that's the catch-up that I'm playing. So you were using iMovie?
And how old are you? Oh, no, maybe I won't ask.
All right, I'm not that old.
I know you quite well.
It does make it harder to learn, though, if I'm honest.
You're, in terms of technology stuff, you're probably you're like an old man.
I like a video, like as in a VHS. I still use that. See, you look at me like that. I know people don't even have DVDs now. Everything's on a cloud.
Yeah.
What is the cloud?
Don't know.
Why?
Yeah. What happens if it's a sunny day?
I watched Goonies the other day on VHS. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great film. What? It's got all the best stuff on it.
Anyway, back on topic. Joshua Lee asked, what editing software do you use? So you've given your answer.
Yeah, for me it's Final Cut Pro.
Same. FCPX.
Paul, you are so old. Thanks, Tom. Tom works at National Geographic.
Yes, what does he do?
Well, at the minute he's making a sex pheasant.
Right, explain that.
Well, basically, it's mating season for some grouse. So his job at the minute is sitting in the basement, making a little female grouse that they're going to try and get some male grouse to have sex with it. It should make for fantastic pictures.
Does it have a camera
Paul, you are
built
so
into
old.
it?
Thanks, Tom. He's really young, but he's a genius, so I'll let him get away with that.
So it's got a camera built into its bum?
It probably has a couple. Tom, where have you put the cameras? I'm guessing there's one in the important part and then one in the not so important part.
All right, we'll come back to that later. I'm not actually like got my finger in the ear, like I've got an earpiece or anything like that. But going back to the question of what's the hardest bit about YouTubing, for me, when I lost my job, sorry, when I stopped working for the company who I shouldn't name so much.
You didn't lose it.
No, I didn't lose it. I didn't misplace it, but I was out of a job.
Yeah.
And
that was fun though, right?
Well, the hardest bit was just feeling a bit low and having to not.
It was fine. We nursed you a little bit, and you came out of your shell, and you were fine. But do you remember that feeling when you could just suddenly do whatever the hell you wanted?
Well, yeah, totally.
Because I remember it was like a switch. I think we were working on some video, I can't remember what, but it just turned into a laugh fest, and you were just saying and doing whatever you wanted.
Yeah, that's the great thing.
That's the cool thing about YouTube.
But when going from having someone film you and not having to worry about editing or anything like that, and then having to film yourself, that's probably the hardest bit. I don't know about you, because if you're filming for Nat Geo, you're not in front of the camera and filming at the same time.
Everything, see, for me it's weird just having a camera on myself. Like as a photographer, it's weird having it pointed that way around. And do you know what? I sort of soon got over that. Like when you and I muck about, I don't seem to be having any issues with like image or whatever. I make an idiot out of myself. Yeah. We both do.
What do you mean?
Sometimes we muck about, and I'm not too worried about kind of like how I come across or whatever. The weird thing I find I'm getting self-conscious with is doing voiceover. Like sitting in a room on my own.
Do you not like the sound of your own voice?
No, it's weird, man. When you've got your headphones on and you're trying to kind of narrate a piece over the video, that's weird. I can't take myself seriously.
I never take you seriously either.
I know, it's fine. You're just like my dad.
But when it comes to filming myself, I think the biggest problems I get are having to switch on the wireless mic, check batteries. Sometimes cameras over there.
Remember a memory card.
And then, exactly.
But you've had issues like that,
right? Totally.
Where you forgot to switch on a mic.
There are times when I've forgotten to bring a battery.
Yeah, you're really bad at that.
Yeah.
And we'll end up using my gear, which is
not great.
Yeah, no, it's not very good at all.
Because I'm really kind of like just crazy when it comes to like.
You have so many toys.
Yeah, got too
so many toys that you forget half of them when there's a job.
Well, the more when I work with Tim, I see him bring new gear every time I see him, and I think, oh, I've got to have that gear.
How does he have all those wonders? He's like Batman.
He's rich. He's like the Prince of China.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? The actual prince?
Actual prince. I think they have royalty over there, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
I remember the dude from Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
I think he was
Ming.
Yes.
Ming. Yes, that's it. He's Ming.
They've got some sort of like hierarchy.
But whenever I see new gear, I think, oh, must have that. And then when it comes to actual shooting, filming stuff,
Yeah.
I think, I don't want to carry all that crap. Sorry, I'm going to swear. That's all right, swearing. I have to carry all this stuff with me.
Yeah.
And that's annoying when you're filming yourself and you've got to set that up.
Dude, that's exactly the same as when I have to go away for assignment. Like, I'll have a bunch of Peli cases full of stuff, and you get away, and sure, it's better to have the stuff and not need it than the other way around. But I think last time we went away, it cost something like 1,200 quid just to get everything onto the plane. And when you find out that you don't use, say, a quarter of that gear, it's just the same when you're going away or we're going and doing a video or whatever. There's loads of stuff we take along that we forget to use.
£1,200?
Yeah, just in excess baggage. It's mental.
But that's a proper production and full on. Well, that's
No,
Nat
not
Geo
really.
stuff, isn't it?
Not really. It's not like full. This was for a conservation company, but that wasn't like a full-on production. I mean, I shot stuff on D850s, and there was just a bunch of glass and other bits, and you have a drone and whatever. Stuff soon mounts up. I mean, you see those guys going away, or just people actually. A lot of YouTubers like Tim when he's wandering around with like FS7 and Steadicam rig.
I don't know what you're doing there.
This is a Steadicam rig.
What is that?
There's 2 Steadicam rigs.
Okay, Tim, do less of that.
It's fine.
You can lose your eyesight doing that.
Yeah.
But anyway, vlogging. One of the questions
kind of like veer off on different highways of
back
thoughts.
on topic. Had a question. Can't find it now on Twitter, but it was, what's the ideal setup for vlogging?
Oh man, that completely depends on what you're filming. That's the great thing about YouTube. You can be out there filming and talking about whatever you want, and there's no kind of key ingredient. There's no key recipe, is there, for vlogging? I mean, you could be doing it on your phone, or you could be doing it on something like this.
Well, they say content is king, right?
Yeah.
It's all about telling good stories. That is true, but I think these days, I don't want to be a complete gear whore and say, oh, you need to get a red camera.
But you are.
I
get what?
Well, it is important. I mean, these days, I mean, 10 years ago, it was mainly cat videos and then people talking in front of the camcorder.
It still is, isn't it, though?
But now
really,
people have
90%.
completely upped their game in terms of visuals.
Yeah.
You can't, it is good. It's not necessary to have good videos shot really well, but it does make it feel like a proper quality product, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, if you are looking at a good bit of footage that's been shot, say, on a gimbal and someone's walking around talking to cam, you can notice it as opposed to someone, you know, walking around like I do with my phone. Yeah. Sure. But like you say, it is about the story. It's about what you're shooting. And if content is king and you're going to be out there once a week or even more shooting stuff, not every story is going to be hugely exciting. It's not going to be like this massive adventure across the country. So maybe you do want to supplement kind of the way you operate by getting some gear that just makes your videos look a bit nicer. Ipso facto, content is king. Good looking visuals are the queen. Side by side. I don't know. I lost track.
I don't know. Don't know where we're going.
I think yes, it's the queen. Whatever you said is the queen.
But having said that, this is my carrot of choice. Plug. Not
nice,
really.
Lovely. What is it, Kai?
It's a Panasonic GH5.
Oh, are they by Lumix?
By Panasonic Lumix.
Oh, lovely. 4K?
Yes. I think they probably don't like me anyway. But
nobody likes you.
That's Fuji. Not true. Fuji don't like us, do they?
There's no reason for Fuji not to like us. We're lovely
what
people.
What happened?
With Fuji?
I don't think we've ever mentioned this story before, Paul.
It's ironic, isn't it? Because the thing is with Fuji, I like really Fuji. Like their cameras.
I love their stuff.
I really like Fuji. You know what my favourite camera is, though? My 100S. Yeah. Like, literally, if all my gear were to be stolen, that's the one gear I'd want to be left with. I love it.
Not the X Pro 2, which you had a problem with the ISO dial.
I didn't have a problem. I just said I didn't like the stupid wheel on it.
So we went to the photography show. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, do it.
And we were shooting a review for the X Pro 2.
It was a good review. It was a good video. You should check it out.
We just asked, the ISO dial is a bit fiddly. And he said, put on the auto ISO.
Yeah, I said to the guy, what happened? Like, is this not going to get like full of stuff and gunk because it's this slidey little up and down button thing. You'll probably know what it is if you're watching this. And the guy said, just put it on auto. And it was heartbreaking.
Yeah. Anyway, fast forward to the year after.
Holy
what happened?
Swear words. They hated us. They were the opposite of welcoming, wasn't it?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, and I was really looking forward to seeing them as well.
Same. Yeah.
Oh.
I brought flowers and everything.
I know, we didn't even get a chance to get the cake out.
No. We've got cake here.
I know, we have. Speaking.
Locke saying, what about GH5S?
Oh yeah, see, people were talking about the GH5S, they're gonna have some cake, weren't they? They were like, oh, well, why would you want some cake?
I've got my own cake, cheers.
Why would you like bring out a whole new model of camera and then take like the stabilization off and stuff like this and it works in the dark a bit, but well, that's the whole point, isn't it? Because people are going to buy that camera and going to be using it to its like full potential and stuff. They're going to be using things like gimbals.
Well, yeah, and if you mount it on like a drone,
if you what?
If you mount it on a drone,
well,
you don't want the stabilizer. It's going to
be a fat drone,
right?
isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. Can we mount some more stuff on drones? CVP, have you got some stuff that we can put on some drones?
That's a no.
Yeah,
all
good.
Right.
That's fantastic news. What can we put on a drone?
Well, every time I'm flying drones with you, something bad happens.
No, it doesn't.
Yes. I got a question over Twitter from Panasonic India PR.
Oh, God.
Which one is the best mirrorless camera for 4K video? The low light GH5S or the tried and trusted GH5? Sony, of course.
Yeah, of course. Sony.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And the new one's coming out soon too, as well.
Exactly. Shh.
We didn't hear a thing.
No, didn't hear anything.
Yeah, Sony.
Yeah. So in terms of gear, you less is more for you.
Some of these questions are quite rude.
Which ones?
And yes, it was Iceland, and no, I didn't go to the Penis Museum. I walked by it, it was closed, unfortunately. They closed it when they saw me coming.
I see what you did there.
Wow.
Are you able to make a living on YouTubing for your own channel on its own?
Oh, that's
probably not yours,
question
because
for
you do about one video every half year, right?
Oh man, something like that. I'm busy actually working, Kai. That's the thing.
All right.
No, you're right. I do need to pay more attention to it, and that's the thing with YouTube. If you're serious about getting stuck into it, you have to pay it attention. It's like Instagram or any of those other platforms. You gotta kind of like keep your presence and keep the algorithm up and keep the people who are interested in your work happy. I
get sick and tired of algorithm talk, though. It's like, oh, you have to play to the YouTube algorithms.
Know, but if you want to get noticed with that stuff, like you started doing this stuff ages ago. Can you imagine what it would be like for you now? Imagine you're a kid now wanting to get into YouTube and like going to try and make some money from it, or even try and get noticed. If you're trying to, I would say don't go into it thinking that you can earn money. No, not at all. If you're thinking that, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. You should be doing it because you love it. Yeah. And you like making stuff. Because everyone wants to vlog and try to be Casey Neistat and... Totally. I mean, you jumped into a pool. They're jumping into the sea now. Yeah. Comparatively. I mean, it was a very new thing back then, wasn't it? Well, back when I started doing camera reviews, well, there were some, but it's you know, the straightforward... They still are. Yeah. They're really boring. And that's the thing. You have to, if you want to be noticed, apart from the algorithms, you have to make content that is unique and it's got that catchiness. Yeah, that it's interesting, that has something a bit different about it. And that's something I think when we first started working together, collabing. What did we do first? Pro photography cheap camera. That's right, we did a cheap camera challenge. There wasn't so much mucking around on that, really. But when we started doing videos... Apart from the sex shop thing. Fun videos, you know, that we wanted to do. Yeah. We kind of had a... There was nothing serious about it. Yeah. At all. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? You want to have a laugh when you're watching something. Well, I think you have to... When you watch the video, you have to kind of be proud of it, right? Yeah, totally. And if you want to make entertaining videos, you have to be, well, make it so that you... I have to have a lot of trust as well, because I never see the videos until they come out. So it's always you who's editing. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, I'll end up looking, I'll have like, there'll be a little nudge in the ribs somewhere along the way. I'll get the mick taken out of me a bit. but I don't mind that. I'm not conscious of it. And that's like something we said earlier. Try not to be too self-conscious with all the thing. Try not to be projecting an image and making up a character. Be who you are, be an individual, and see what comes out of that. Because you're going to evolve as well. When you start doing stuff, you know, you might be straight-laced. It's going to be, if you stick with it, you're going to be a very different kind of on-screen presence in a year than what you will be starting out today. And it's locked back again. What?
Bayern Chen. Kai, do you think personality is key for doing YouTube? For example, yourself, and of course, he didn't mention you.
No, of course. Hi, I'm
and
Pete.
of course,
I'm Peter McKinnon. Welcome
and of course,
to the tape.
Peter McKinnon with 2 Ks. How do you show your personality in front of the camera?
Oh.
Well, you either create one.
Yeah, which we've done.
Yeah.
With characters.
Yeah.
Which you may see more
of yourself, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
I think you just have to learn how to loosen up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not being self-conscious. And of course, like, not paying too much attention to the comments either. Because sometimes people have got, like, you know, people are not going to always like what you're doing and saying and all the rest of it. And you can either laugh at that or you can be affected by it. It is nice to read through and sometimes talk to people who leave comments, because 99% of people are really nice and they're really funny. But then you do get the trolls. I love the trolls.
Funny watching,
love
that,
the trolls. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
The first thing, I'll always like the comment. That really gets them going. That sets them up for a second comment.
But personality is definitely key, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
what are your favourite YouTube people? Apart from myself?
Man, that's a tough one. I mean, I haven't watched a whole bunch of YouTube stuff. There's not a whole bunch of people that I follow. Like, I like watching some of the music stuff. I like following bands that I like, and you can just see the actual band members that you listen to. They're out on tour, and I like different things like that. I don't find I have so many presenters or personalities that I kind of like tend to follow, like the Nice Dad thing. I've watched a few videos, and I get that if you've watched quite a lot and you start following, you're kind of like part of a diary, aren't you? It's like it's like old.
It's like being in a...
Did you ever read Adrian Mole's diaries when you were younger? It's that kind of thing. It's a soap opera. You're watching this dude in his life, and I get that. But I was just never really into EastEnders or whatever. So I tend to watch just weird stuff on YouTube.
Cat videos.
Not cat videos. At the minute, I've got a bit of a problem with adverts from the UK from the 1980s.
You're just watching the adverts, the 5-second adverts all the way through?
Not even that, just the old, like...
Oh, I know what you mean, okay.
Kellogg's adverts, or things like that. Surprising how much Jimmy Savile's in 1980s adverts, for things. But I'm addicted to adverts.
Is he doing adverts
very
for
soporific.
toys?
British Rail, I think.
Okay, all right. Anyway, less about Jimmy Savile. That's potentially... no, that's a no-go area.
It's a swampy area.
Yeah, swampy.
Perhaps another question.
Yeah. People, no, anyway, I was going to say my favourite YouTubers. I was a Nice Dad fanboy for some time, but he's kind of...
Were you actually?
Yeah, proper fanboy.
I didn't know that.
I was like, I must get my Nice Dad fix.
Why?
You just, it's like as you said, it's like a soap opera. It's like a drama,
so it was
a daily drama.
You wanted just to see what was going to happen
next. You just familiarise yourself with that person, and it's like a friend. But I don't know. Were you finding though? So if you're a fan, were you finding that you were like at any point trying to emulate little bits or seeing ideas that you wanted to copy? I definitely look back at my when I first had to start filming myself for my own channel. I thought, shit, this is like, oh no. I don't want to be like blatantly like doing it in the same style, but subconsciously you might end up doing it because you're just immersed in this
If you're watching lots of something, I can see how you're going to emulate it.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, oh, well, I love Nice Dad. I want to do a Casey vlog. But
it was just because you enjoyed watching them and you got a bit hooked on it.
Love it, yeah.
So who else do you like? Who would you say that I should watch?
Peter McKinnon, if you like.
He's the dude with the ski-doo, right?
With the ski-doo?
Yeah, he's always on the ski-doo in the snow.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like his.
He's got a personality.
He also
That's magic.
It's really good video stuff as well. Just like the way he puts stuff together cinematically, it's really good.
There's the information, there's the quality, the consistency, personality, bam. And of course there's comedy stuff like H3H3. Oh man.
See, I've heard that mentioned, but I don't know what it is. This is good. I'm actually learning stuff now.
Yeah.
So H3H3, I need to watch that as well.
Definitely.
Okay, but who's like, is there anyone at the minute that you'd say is particularly hot on YouTube? I know there's some kind of like rising female stars around at the minute as well.
Yeah,
totally. I've seen come about, but...
Well, I'm marginally better than you when it comes to watching YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
I kind of stick to the few channels that I've
yeah, because I'll watch a video and then it'll automatically start playing something else, and then before I know it, I'm literally watching how to change a cart on an old wagon, like just how to respoke the wheels. I don't even know how I got into that stuff. It just changes. I just go down this weird YouTube hole. I do, and I end up like watching something completely weird that I didn't intend to watch.
I didn't answer that question about can you make a living by YouTubing. If you're doing getting the views that I get, yeah, kind of. Yeah. Kind of. But I wouldn't, as I said, I don't think you should go out there thinking this is
Don't quit your day job. Don't start kind of thinking, oh, this is my new path. This is what I'm going to do. With anything though, saying that, if you want to do something, you will do it. If you're that determined and you're that kind of driven about it, because I'm a really driven person. Like if there's something that I want to do, or there's just a direction I want to take, I'll do it, and I'll just almost be blinded by that, and I'll go after it. So yeah, if you've got this aim, do it, go for it. But don't rush into something thinking that you're going to make a bunch of money off it, and don't do it anyway if that's your reason for doing it.
It's the wrong reason to get way into anything, really, isn't it?
It's the wrong attitude, Kai, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Stay in school, kids.
Exactly.
You can still do the hair extensions. Actually, that happened to my friend. My friend, he used to be a makeup artist and used to come on to editorial shoots with me. Her name's Tanya Burr. She's pretty much one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. And she's now, in movies. Does being a YouTuber affect your private life, family life?
No, not for me. I don't get, I know some YouTubers have people like standing outside a house and like trying to peep over
you've just moved though, so they don't know
I've
where
just
you are
moved.
now.
That's why.
I haven't tweeted the address
That's
yet.
why he keeps following me.
Yeah. Well, in fairness, yeah, I can't help myself.
Yeah.
But you probably get not pestered, but you get a lot of attention when you're out and about, surely, with the family.
Yeah, because I walk around with a sign saying, "Hello, it's Kai from YouTube."
He does do that.
Yeah.
It's got a T-shirt with his face on it.
Exactly. Next to what's his face?
Oh, Greg. Was it Greg?
He's over there.
No. No, the dude that we met on the internet.
Can't remember.
Oh,
Keep your bombs. That guy.
Yeah. We must get those T-shirts out again. He developed quite a following. Anyway, we're referring to an old video where we met a lovely old man
on a channel that we can't mention.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are your essentials for travelling?
Oh well, I always like to take a toothbrush and perhaps an extra pair of slacks. Or is he talking about something different, Kai? It's tech. It's a tech question, isn't it?
Tech, yeah.
Depends where you're going and what you're doing. For me, I have to work a lot in the field. And most recently, most of that was in the jungle or in caves. So power is always like a bit of an enemy. So for me, it's things like I'll use products by Goal Zero or whoever if I need power solutions in the field. And sometimes even solar charging, I have to kind of like think about and pay attention to. But for me, it's always batteries. Second to that is making sure that I have enough memory, enough data to get everything backed up on. And I have to think about the logistics of all this kit that has to come into the field. So, I mean, I always work, Kai will tell you a story in a minute about just the importance, I'm sure, of like backing up and making sure you have enough kind of memory to back stuff up on. But I work on a 2 is 1, 1 is none basis. So I will have at least 2 backups of everything. But for the most part, it's 3. And once you start carrying that amount of drives around, like 6 to 12 drives, that's a lot of stuff you're humping around on your back or working out in the field with. So I try and think about that logistically. How can I minimize the gear that I have in the field? Because I want less gear. All I want is gear that works. I don't want to have loads and loads of gear and loads of toys. I just want to have a minimum amount of gear that works really well. So a lot of batteries, a lot of solid state drives, lightweight stuff as much as I can get it, but power and data, really. Data storage, rather.
Had a comment from Locke saying if about money. Yeah.
Do we owe him money?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Shit. What happened with your drive? I mean, when you're working on a job and you have to, say, produce your dailies or your rushes every day and back everything up onto a drive.
Oh, it messed up. I lost the data. It was for Nat Geo as well. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we were using one drive though, weren't we?
Yeah.
And I didn't know that because I'd have just said, hey, put it on these drives as well.
Well, I had 2 drives, but I had one of them filled up. And I thought,
right.
Okay, it's all right. Let's just keep shooting.
I'm cringing thinking about
Yeah.
it. Literally, my toes are curling up in my shoes thinking about it. When you just really casually said, my drive doesn't work.
Yeah.
How many days had we been working as well? I think we were on the 2nd day, or was it the 3rd day?
Something like the 2nd day.
It's a horrible feeling, isn't it, when you kind of like...
and I paid a lot of money to recover that, and I couldn't recover all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back up your stuff.
Yeah.
That's the key bit of advice.
I think for...
Back it up twice and
when
then
it comes to shooting, I mean, people think about cameras, oh, what's the newest camera can I get? But you need to buy the boring stuff as well, like hard drives.
Oh, yeah. And it costs a buttload of money.
Yeah.
It really does. I spend probably more on drives per quarter than I do on anything else. But anyway, yeah, back your stuff up. Do we owe Locke money?
Yeah.
Here, look.
Someone's... Oh, all right. Some sound people. Oh,
They could have told us
I
that
got my
out loud,
gangster
couldn't they?
chain. I got my gangster chain out.
Oh, how many problems have you got?
I got lots of problems, but
the chain ain't one.
The chain ain't one now.
What was that?
It's a chain.
What's on it?
It's
Can I see it?
No.
Can I see it?
It's a picture
Please
of you.
let me see it.
We're talking about cine gear here.
This is unbelievable.
So Locke said, don't do YouTube if it's about money.
Right.
Go to his Patreon and pay him. Feed Locke.
Totally.
Hashtag feed Locke.
Save the Locke.
Yeah.
Bob Geldof's on it.
Yeah. So about gear, what else do you carry?
Oh man, every job is different. So it's tools for the job. I just put the right tools for the case in there, and it all depends what I'm doing. Like for YouTube stuff, I'm still fairly simple. It's DSLR based stuff I use. I use like a Nikon D850.
Why?
Because it's just kind of the medium best of both worlds. It's pretty good at pictures, pretty good at video. It's, it's not the fancy end of either or.
Your clothes are making noise now.
My clothes are making noise? Really?
Apparently.
Which clothes is it that might be making noise?
Take it off.
You can tell me, don't be shy.
Take it off.
I'm not going to take it off, not again. I can't be naked on the internet.
Does the beard go all the way down?
No, I stop it. I centre part from the neck all the way down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pubes centre parted.
Yeah, totally. It's faster in the water that way, isn't it? So, being a YouTuber hasn't affected your private life?
No. Going back, yeah. the boys back there, just like, that question has been up there for the last, I don't know, 10 minutes.
The answer is no. There you go.
No.
So now we can probably I might move into stage 2 of being casual. Might just lean back a bit.
These chairs do go quite
A bit of that.
a bit back, don't they?
There we go. That's nice.
But for travelling, what do I take? Obviously this camera. Before
You love that?
Yeah, I love it. Before when I first started, I got a lovely camera from CVP.
That was a monster. What the hell was that?
I tried vlogging with that.
We were walking around. That was the photography show as well.
Yeah.
With a huge, was it C200 or
C300
300?
Mark II.
Absolute beast.
Yeah. And that's great. But unfortunately, I tore a muscle.
Did you actually?
Yeah,
You're kind of fragile.
I am. I tore myself a new butthole.
Oof.
Yeah.
Next to or?
Yeah.
Because over and under or side by side?
Side by side.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It's
I mean,
like,
it is a heavy unit.
It's like a cappuccino machine now.
Superb.
Yeah. When you.
But that thing was ridiculous. I've seen someone YouTubing with red.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Yeah, Tim's probably going to do it.
He probably is. I wouldn't be surprised. But the C300, you're genuinely not using much of that anymore.
For the sake of people I'm borrowing it from, yes, I'm using it.
But
no, I mean for my stuff, this. Yeah. I mean, portability is the important thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like when we do a video, we might rush around to like 3 different locations in a day.
Yeah.
And usually we're sort of like shooting on the fly and we're having to be fairly quick about it. There's only so many kind of hours of daylight.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be lugging a whole bunch of stuff around. So that brings me back to like my beginning point where it's like the kit's secondary. It's all about the story. And that's why, you know, if something's happening or I'm doing something, I'll use my phone. But something like that's perfect.
Yeah. If you've got a cameraman, big heavy gear, make them carry it. Shooting by yourself, this is fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
you have to shoot wide as well, right? That's something you have to remember when you're kind of like trying to film yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You need to have typically a wide bit of glass.
Well, if you're doing the vlogging thing,
yeah,
you need it wide.
But I've done that with my phone. I've got one of those stupid little Zeiss lens things that I can use to shoot on it. But I mean, that's typically the kind of setup that you're going to find yourself using. Something like that.
Did Kai ever have a beard? No, Asian.
You did have one beard hair.
I did.
Didn't you?
Just one.
Do you remember that?
Just here.
It's a happy day. Did you keep it?
I stroke it.
You look so good. You should have got a motorbike at that point.
Okay. What?
A motorbike. You should have got a motorbike at that point. When it came out, it's like a birthright.
Yeah.
Because it was one, but it was thick. Proper thick.
It was like a rope.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you feel awkward during vlogging or shoot in public? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes if you're talking about something silly.
I do when I'm on my own.
Yeah.
If you're doing it on your own.
What, if you're on the street?
Yeah. If you're standing on the street.
You put your headphones on. Is that, you know, when you got
your phone? Right. Well,
was that to make it look
camera?
like you're just talking to somebody on the phone?
When?
I've seen you do a vlog and you got your headphones in.
Really?
Yeah, your earphones.
Oh, that's because the mic's on it. As I was on a plane and I was just like literally talking into the mic. Right. But no, if I've been like in the middle of a street, I find that really awkward. But when I'm with someone, no.
Yeah, when I had Locke filming me,
yeah,
and I'm just doing silly stuff, you get used to it.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't take much to get used to it because it feels like you're just mucking about with your friends.
That is a key thing, though, not just to kind of have that abandon.
When you've got a camera on a tripod in the middle of the field and you're trying to do something silly.
What were you doing?
I don't know. The cow said it was all right.
The cows don't know you're not a real vet, do they?
Well, only once is fine, isn't it?
It's experimentation.
Yeah.
But the worst part, I think, is when there's loads of people around. I feel awkward when I'm on my own when there's loads of people around. But transversely, if it's you and I, that amplifies it. I think I just end up bouncing back off you and it just gets weird quick. It gets weird quick.
Do you think it's easier to make interesting content when there's more than one person?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's playtime.
Yeah.
You're just having a muckabout with your friend.
That's why Top Gear works. Oh, sorry, old Top Gear, new. Yeah, exactly. You're just with your mates and you're having a laugh. And that's the way I treat anything that I'm doing anyway, outside of an assignment. Like if we're testing a camera, if we're mucking about with a camera, that's secondary. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of trying to make something fun and a bit of a laugh and funny. And then it happens to be about a camera as well, you know? Yeah, I know what you mean. But, I mean, you keep mentioning about, the camera's secondary and stuff like that. But people are like saying, audio's crap, your beard's making a sound or whatever. It does matter. Yeah, I know. Things like audio, it really is important to have good audio. Otherwise, when you watch it.
Totally,
It's like,
but
oh,
those
my
videos
ears.
when you forget your mics, your loud
Yeah,
mics,
totally.
are funny.
Yeah,
I
cringe.
have to make something
I
up.
cringe like hell when I get back and there's something wrong with the sound.
Yeah,
which is most of the time.
I think it's funny. I love watching you mess up videos.
Oh, thank you.
It's all right. You're welcome.
I've got a whole collection of mess ups that have not been published.
There you go then. You should do a bloopers reel. Does anyone want to see a bloopers reel? Whole thing's a blooper reel. What other questions have we got?
Yeah, what questions have we got?
Do dog owners
I just saw that and I thought, what? We've got
feel
some...
pissed off when you're at the park? Oh, when you film at a park. Do dog owners get annoyed with
Why
you when you
specifically
film
dog
at
owners?
Maybe they're looking, well, you know, you should always carry release forms with you. That's another good tip.
Yeah, about
in
dogs.
case you're filming someone's dog.
That's
What?
very specific.
That's weird.
Unless it's like some dog porn.
I'm going to spin you just because I can. There we go.
These chairs are amazing, by the way.
They're brilliant. Actually, you just put you almost had some cake in your hat.
Okay, more questions. EOS M50 or G7 for a beginner vlogger? You don't know any of those cameras, do you?
Say the words again.
EOS M50
Yes.
or G7 Lumix?
Have a look. Which one do you think's got the more longevity? Do you own Canon? Do you own either of those brands already? Have you got any lenses that fit either of those things? There's not too much in it, is there?
No.
When it comes to the tool itself.
I think I'd say EOS M50.
Yeah.
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 Just,
You've got a broader array of lenses that you can buy or rent, and yeah.
well,
I
it's
agree.
Canon. You feel more part of the family of the vloggers.
Yeah, you'll feel
There's loads
so
of vloggers
pro.
use Canon.
Do they?
But no, I like the colour science of Canon.
Yeah, they are good.
You like it as well.
I do. I prefer it to Nikon. If I'm honest, I only
Exactly.
use Nikon because I break a lot of Canons. I've broken a lot of Canons.
Why? How?
Just small drops or whatever. I've been shooting tethered with them, and I've given them a little bit of a knock, and the motherboard's just kind of clicked away. The solders come loose, and that's like $400 to repair right there. I've dropped one from about 3 feet and cracked the housing completely. I dropped my D4 to the bottom of a lake in Russia, and when I got it out, it was fine.
Why'd you put it in the bottom of the lake?
I didn't mean to. It wasn't on purpose,
Oh.
but I could have started shooting.
How do you find locations to film or take pictures? Google.
Yeah, Google.
It's great.
Or a weird idea. We found a really weird place, didn't we, in Norfolk, at this old historic church.
A lot of the places. Oh no, Paul. I don't even know if this is. Let's say it. Let's.
I think it's an interesting story.
Okay, so you went there first for scouting, right? I didn't,
Actually,
I didn't
that's true. I did.
Yeah.
I went out and if something catches my eye, I'll go and look at it. And I saw a brown sign that just said historic church on it. I was like, yeah, that sounds all right. So I went and had a
Why
look.
does it have to be brown? It was brown
I think
sign.
that's just like the national heritage
okay.
coloured signs. And I got there and it was proper historic. It was like, we have old in England and then we have extra old. This thing was looking proper rundown. And I walked around it and the light was beautiful and I was like, yeah, this could be used for something. And then I heard the door open and this man dolphin was standing there. Literally like the smoothest man you've ever seen. He was old, but he was completely bald, shaved everywhere, and had these little...
What do you mean everywhere?
Well, down to his chest. He was like wearing these tracksuit bottoms, but but he was very smooth like a dolphin. It was crazy.
I bet you were appreciating. I mean, being a hirsute guy, you must be like appreciating the amount of work that goes into it.
It's a strange moment when you're kind of like standing in a big, echoey, old, historic building, and someone, and I quote, asks, "Are you here to pray?"
Which is code word for
something about getting on your knees, surely. Okay. But I sent you a text, didn't I, immediately after I left it? Because I just went, nah, you're right, cheers.
I was having Sunday lunch.
Yeah.
And then I just got this picture of a man's bum crack.
And what was he wearing?
Not much.
He had a little PVC black thong on.
Yeah.
How did we get onto this?
I don't know.
How do you find...
I think you
that's how we
mentioned
found one of the locations.
Filming locations.
Yeah. So just literally following your nose and seeing where it takes you.
Yeah. To cut a long story short.
Yeah.
Yeah, you visited a church that happened to be a place for dogging.
Yeah, apparently so. But it's given us a great idea for a video about camera traps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes
Needs
these
to be
little bits
waterproof.
of, yeah, I think if there is a God, he gave us a treat on that day
Yeah.
in the form of a wonderful location for a video.
Anyway,
Weird.
filming locations,
So weird.
Google. Google's my best friend.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be you, but
Whatever.
yeah. Google.
But you can just type weird locations into Google,
Yeah.
and some great stuff will come up.
Yeah, and you can. I don't know if you type Peak District landscape photos for inspiration, you'll just see like loads of photos, right?
Have you ever seen pictures of the chalk mines in Norwich? The chalk mines of Norwich. How Alan Partridge didn't do a video about that. They stretch from like one end of the city to the other, and if you ever want to just see a bunch of abandoned dolls or like, you know, a bucket full of cups and weird stuff, creepy stuff, there's all these tunnels under Norwich just full of this bizarre stuff.
Really?
Really, we should check that out.
We'll do it, but I don't live near Norwich anymore. Got
Yeah, that's true. Lucky.
any tips on wireless lav mics?
Ooh, good.
Bring
That's a good
batteries.
question. Yeah.
There are
bring
numerous
batteries.
times where especially when filming by myself, because I usually use wireless because
What do you use? Because I have these. I use these Rode Link systems
yeah,
that for me are perfect. And
These-
we've rigged up like two audio leads, haven't we? Where we've rigged two mics into one receiver, or you can go down that route. I mean, these are relatively inexpensive, these type of things, but those ones are a bit more serious.
yeah, these are bloody expensive. Sennheisers.
Yeah.
Sennheiser's good. I've got Sony. I've got Rode as well.
Yeah, but you can get free audio apps like a Rode app or whoever, and you can plug an external mic into your phone, and you can just record separate audio straight onto your phone and
Yeah.
chuck it into your edit afterwards. There is always a cheap solution, and I'd be impressed if you could tell the difference.
But I think a good thing to do is something I'll start doing with Tim is to have a backup. He's got an external recorder to record the sound into.
Yeah, that's what we were doing while we were away,
And then
first time I've done that.
on camera, you'd have something like that.
Oh yeah, right.
So even if that fails, if one of them fails, hopefully the other one will have sound.
And I've had it as well. I was doing, I was trying to record audio of birds, and it was like a 15-minute audio track. And I was sat there for ages, and I looked down at the digital recorder, and it had given up like 10 minutes ago from what I saw. The memory card had become full, but we had the boom mic on top of the camera, which just functioned perfectly. So yeah, if you can, it's always good to kind of back up with that kind of thing. But batteries, how many times have we got caught out by batteries running out?
Too many.
I know, and it's just like, it's because you pay attention to all like your camera batteries, and maybe if you're taking lights with you, stuff like that. But mate, just some AAAs.
When you're out traveling, like Sri Lanka stuff,
Yeah.
how much? What's? I mean, you're carrying a lot of gear,
Yeah.
but what's the most? I mean, important bits for you.
Most recently, I found that the most important stuff has been light, because if you're making a dedicated video that's for, if you're doing something professionally, then you need good continuity. So lights have become like quite an important factor. And you might want to have that, you know, in your YouTube. If you're doing a video that's got quite a length to it, then you might want to choose in investing in some lights. And it used to be that LED light panels and stuff like that would set you back a fair price, right? I mean, I remember only a year and a half, 2 years ago, it'd be like 300 odd quid for a half decent light panel. But you can get stuff now for like 20 quid and upwards that does the job. Like a few panels that you can actually kind of almost put in coat pockets and have, you know, reflective barn doors on them and stuff. And you've got your continuity sorted right there for a very cheap price. I think that's probably one of the things I found most important to me recently. What about you?
Definitely lighting. I mean, if you're doing YouTubing, if you're shooting it mainly indoors,
Yeah.
definitely invest in good lighting. I mean, it doesn't cost much, as you said.
Yeah.
God bless China and cheap labour.
Isn't it great?
It's
Sweatshops
brilliant.
for all.
Exactly, and kids and cheap labour.
So thanks to your family, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually made your light.
Back in Wong Village.
Wong Village
There is a Wong Village. You can Google that.
in Hong Kong.
He has a village. That's not even a lie. Look it up. Go
No,
there.
everybody's
They
going
have
to
a
go hatch on
statue.
my family.
It's incredible. They still got that statue.
What, of me?
Yeah, I mean, it's plastic, but it's huge.
It's like, it's got a YouTube plaque on it as well.
Yeah. Absolute monster. I wouldn't say that thing's
How dare
anatomically
you.
correct either. Someone was showing off in the design there, I think. Wong Village, have a Google.
Anyway, back to the question.
Let's have a different question.
All right then.
I have a builder's strip light that's great for light painting, and it was £10. Good for you.
Things you wish you knew about editing vlogs or blogs before you started.
What?
Things you wish you knew about editing vlogs before you started? Cheap labour, I guess.
Do you know what? I don't know. I don't think I'd have done it any differently. Just don't be self-conscious. Don't try and put on an act.
Well, yeah, totally.
I don't really know if there's anything I wish I'd have known about it. How to edit, can't edit. My videos are terrible.
Well, no, it's a learning process, isn't it?
Yeah, and I can't learn.
Well, that's a problem, another problem entirely.
Yeah, I know. Have you noticed that though?
What, you're editing?
It's bad, isn't it?
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm having to narrate now.
Well, that covers it up, does it?
Yeah, well, hopefully, yeah. But it's just, like I said earlier, it's weird hearing your own voice.
Voiceover is a great way of trying to mend.
It kind of brings everything together.
I mean, if you shot a load of content, like sometimes when I've had audio mess up,
Yeah.
voiceover.
Yeah, totally. And it brings those transitions between locations together as well.
Yeah.
Totally. Or you forgot your batteries for your mic.
So, as well as lighting, good audio, get a good voiceover mic, get a good, wireless lav mic, one of these.
And a wide lens. Jonas has asked what should be your first lens when filmmaking, regardless of camera. Wide lens.
I don't know, he's saying filmmaking though, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, well, as an all-rounder.
Zoom.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, get a 150 to 500, Jonas, you'll be fine.
If you're vlogging, ultra wide zoom.
Yeah.
If you're doing filmmaking, then, I don't know, 2470, useful?
Yeah, it's an all-rounder.
Yeah.
Completely. 1855. I mean, most kit lenses are about that range, aren't they?
Yeah.
On a crop sensor, you're tighter anyway, but, you know, stand further back. Get a microphone.
Or if you want to go really posh, just get a cine lens, 28mm.
Oh, yeah, cine lenses. We love cine lenses. Who can afford that, though, really? If you've got cine lenses and you're doing vlogging, you're Tim.
Next question. Tips for being safe during solo shooting.
Safe?
I don't know what he means by safe.
Take protection?
What kind
Safe.
of protection?
I don't know. If you're going to a historic church, just take a diving suit. But apart from that, I think you'll probably be fine anywhere. In
this
fact,
message is held for review.
Okay,
That's
good,
clearly
good.
some message
Let's
which
get
is
that
offensive.
one out. I'm waiting for
we
that.
need to show that.
Like, don't do stupid things. If you're going to be filming down on the southern cliffs, don't get too close to the edges and just don't be a douche.
What do you think about all the people doing cinematography and scam their subs by selling LUTs for video editing? I think it's stupid because they literally just play around with the curves.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, top five vlogging cameras.
Oh, mate. GH5S, GH5.
Yeah, okay. You're answering the guy.
Yes.
Panasonic India.
And 3
India PR.
Sonys.
3 Sonys.
Yeah.
A7 III.
Yeah.
A7S2.
I'd probably go with Red Weapon or Helium.
Yeah, definitely. I think
just
that's
to
the
have
one.
like either end of the market.
That's what Tim would say. So
I'd love a red.
Tim Pan.
Red, if you're watching.
We've got some Tim Pan fans
Can
here.
I have a red? I just want to. Is Tim here?
No.
Oh.
He's on the table.
Oh, okay. I thought he might have come into.
Are you going to Photokina? That was a
I
question.
don't know. Are we? Do you want to go?
I want to go. It's going to be fun.
Are you going? I'm not going.
I thought you were talking to the
going.
guy behind the computer. I thought
I'm
you were
talking
talking to the. I thought you were talking to the
community.
guy
Talking to the
controlling this
wonderful
live
community
session.
watching us now.
I see. Are you
Do you
breaking
wanna
down
go?
the fourth wall, aren't you?
When is it?
September this year.
Shall we say that we're going?
Let's Let's possibly go.
Let's possibly go. That was an anticlimax, wasn't it? We might see you there.
We definitely might see you.
We
There's
definitely
another.
maybe will. Come on, let's open.
We can't have that comment. Okay.
I couldn't see it.
Question from Facebook. Oh no, somebody's scrolling and I can't see. Question from Facebook. Any tips for quick color grading when editing a vlog?
That's definitely your territory.
Set up a channel and then sell some LUTs.
Oh, LUTs, right, yeah.
Just apply some LUTs.
You tried to sell me some LUTs. I've still got to Google what that is.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was S, beginning of the S.
Ah, no.
That's another website. That was another website.
Someone else. Let's have another question.
Okay. Can I vlog at NAB? Up to you. Brand new or second-hand camera body? Which one?
I'd go for a second-hand camera myself.
I'm really particular when it comes to used gear.
Test
you know
it.
me.
Yeah. I mean, if you're buying from a dealer, you're going to have warranty anyway. I would always say save your money for the glass. That's the most important thing.
Best
is
investment.
What you put on the front of the camera. If you're buying from...
I thought you said gear's not important now.
The glass is like ultra important.
It's
if
like
you haven't got good glass, then you're going to just be seeing rubbish, aren't you? If you haven't got eyes, you can't see the YouTube.
You need the whole package.
Yeah, but you can find really good second-hand bodies.
True.
And bodies are kind of becoming obsolete so quickly now. Anyway, you might, if you're kind of limited funds, want to go down that route.
Save your money.
Yeah.
To do some fun stuff, right?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, spend the money on
what we did, like letting off fireworks in somebody's field.
Oh God, yeah.
That was we got permission though, didn't we?
We had permission and all the right kind of first aid kits and all the rest of it. I still set the back of my hair on fire though, a little bit. I could smell burnt hair for almost a day when we were testing out the durability of
hair
Pelly cases. Oh. And we blew one up, didn't we?
Yeah. Sneaky plug there.
A little bit. Also, buy cake.
Buy cake.
You haven't had any cake.
And water to go.
What's wrong with you?
Busy
you kept saying, what was all that thing you said? You can't get better than a Victoria Sun. It's a classic cake.
Next question, how many cameras do you both own?
Own?
Yeah.
Oh, crikey.
You rent some of your gear for shoots, don't you?
Sometimes if I need to. I mean, I'm lucky because I'm endorsed and, you know, I can work with people like Nikon Professional Services or Canon or whoever. And if I have an assignment coming and I need a specific tool for a specific job, I can say, oh, I need an 800 or I need a 600. I'm not going to buy a £12,000 lens. So I can work with people and, you know, get gear that I need to use to do the job or even rent stuff that I don't have.
Okay, but you're pro and of course you're going to get stuff easily. But for somebody who is YouTubing, rent or buy?
You're not going to be able to buy everything you need. If it's something specific that's not part of your typical arsenal, just rent bits that you need to. There are plenty of companies out there. CVP rent, right? Do you guys rent? There you go. Start renting. This guy will rent stuff from me. I'll rent from you.
Next question. Should you invest on lens filters?
I think it depends. On grads and things like that for when you're making video, yeah, there's a time and a place. And more often than not, if you're doing exterior shots, if you're out on a location, then yeah, that's something that you should pay attention to when you're balancing your exposure. But typically, one of the first things that someone will do is when they buy a lens, they'll go out and get a UV filter or something like that to protect the element. Don't bother. Don't bother. I mean, if you end up, there's pointless buying good gear and then putting another piece of glass in front of it and it just degrades the image, even if it's just a bit. I just don't like doing that sort of thing. I'd rather risk damaging something, doing something epic than having a shot that isn't as good.
UV filters are a load of balls. UV filters, a load of balls.
Oh, I was going to say, what, you don't need yours?
My balls. I've taken them off a long time ago.
Just smash them with a brick.
Yeah, makes crossing your legs that bit easier.
So grads, yes.
Yeah,
filters.
Definitely. You need a ND.
Variable NDs are good for video.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's a must.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're getting into video, I want you to be shooting at f/22 all the time.
Ah.
But another question was settings for video, for vlogging. Here we are, shutter priority and auto ISO. Use your phone. So I guess that's not really relevant. You vlogged with
For one
a
of
proper
them,
camera,
yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah, of course. Some people have a light meter and kind of like do it the proper way, or some people have gone kind of like they've read their books and they know what f-stop they should be at and what sort of shutter speed they should have depending on, you know, brightness and time of day and stuff. But
somebody said I was hugging it like a baby, so I just put it down.
it's all right. You do love it.
I do.
I've got cake on my fingers. You don't like that, do you?
No, I don't like
You
that.
don't like that. It's fine. Really
But
doesn't like that.
people always, for filmmaking, they always talk about 180-degree shutter. But for vlogging, I don't think it's that important.
Nope, nope, nope.
And also for the CP videos that Tim shoots, he doesn't actually shoot it at 50 of a second.
He doesn't.
He just has a really fast shutter speed. So
Oh, really?
even the video geeks watching the video don't really
So he doesn't
care
sit at
or-
like 30 or 50 or whatever. He'll just kind of like.
He's doing like 800 of a second or 500 of a second. It's
What?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's nice to have that super slow-mo when you need it, but yeah.
Well, we shoot it 50p.
Not everyone can do that though.
But totally, for vlogging, I don't think it really matters. I think if you just want to get it done quickly, put it on auto.
Yeah.
As the guy from Fuji says.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Put it on auto. Best advice I've ever had.
But if you're using a Fuji camera, the auto ISO isn't that good because it kind of is stepped.
Yeah, I've noticed that. You can see
It's
it
not that
going up and
smooth.
down.
Yeah.
You can see it stepping up and down. You saw that on the new camera, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
But
Wasn't
for the
expecting
GH5,
that.
auto ISO, brilliant.
Yeah.
Auto everything. I just put on aperture priority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got into that habit where I've kind of like got my ISO set on a back wheel and I'm up and down sort of as I want it. I should probably get out of that habit and trust the auto ISO a little bit more with the gear that I'm filming and just let the gear do its job. I don't know why, I kind of just get this little kind of thing in my mind of wanting to have complete control, but I should probably just trust that more because they're more than capable, unless it's Fuji. I'm just saying, I saw it.
Yeah, okay.
I still love them.
Yeah. But yeah, I think when it comes to vlogging, I think there's too much emphasis played on, oh, I should be using the correct settings that these video geeks told me to do.
Yeah. See, that kind of like brings us back to square one, doesn't it? I mean, our time's almost done here, and I think one of the first things we were talking about was your gear is secondary. It's about having a story, and it's about being enthusiastic, and it's about being keen, and all this stuff is secondary. It's tools. They are just tools. That's what they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I love it as much as you do. Like, and I love being in here. This place is a toy shop. It's crazy coming into a building like this and seeing all this stuff. And I'm going to distract everyone later while I just steal things.
Steal some stuff.
Steal some stuff.
There's a spitting image mask of David Baddiel.
David Baddiel outside, yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdest thing. Who does that? Why have they got David Baddiel?
Random. Okay, next question. Kai, you a Apple fanboy? Don't I prefer bananas?
Where's your phone?
It's over here.
What you got?
It's coloured like banana as well.
What is it? Is that the fancy £1,000 one?
Yeah. But all phones are expensive. What do you mean? Your phone is not exactly £5, is it?
I suppose not. Now, you like your Apple stuff, but you're not like... I think... it was
Locke is the Apple
unbelievable.
fanboy.
I had a newer MacBook Pro than you did at one point. Have you got a new one yet?
No.
Wow, that's... Yeah. So I guess
It
not.
struggles with some 4K footage.
Is it?
But
You don't have a Mac either, do you? Or iMac? Do you have an iMac?
no, I don't have an iMac.
So you just rely on your
Yeah.
old MacBook Pro?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Well, crumbs.
Top
I would
secret
say that's
stuff
no
there.
then.
No.
Yeah.
Best part of being a vlogger.
Hi, Locke. So he's
Hey,
not
Locke.
here. That's not
Everybody's
Locke.
here just to say hi to Locke.
Yeah, they are. I think that's lovely. Best part of being a vlogger, is that what you said?
Yeah, best part of being a vlogger.
Free cake.
Why do you do vlogging? What is it that you want to get out of it? Why talk about yourself?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing,
Because
isn't it?
you started vlogging.
I did.
I kind of did some, and I was like, you know what? My life isn't that interesting.
It's fair enough. I think is that the end of your statement?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow. Nah, it is. You get to go and do some cool stuff. See, I don't think I would bother if I wasn't going to some really incredible places, because I wasn't, like when I do videos, I don't find I'm talking about myself, but I'm just going, look at this, look at that, that's mental, how come we're here? And just showing people around like where I'm going and what I'm doing. And because a lot of people would rightly, and I would as well, 10 years ago, I'd have bitten off my arm to kind of go to these places that I'm going to and like working in some of the places that I'm going to. It's crazy. I still worry that they'll realise I don't know what I'm doing. So it's just nice to be able to kind of like show people around and oh, damn it, whoops. But it's nice to be able to show people around and go, hey, look, check it out. This is going on here. And
I mean, you do have some fancy trips.
Yeah.
And I think
who gets to go to Victoria's Secret shows? They're like, it's like 12 grand a ticket.
Yeah.
That's mental. I'm never going to see one of those.
Well, I think that's it about vlogging is you have to find something interesting to do rather than just, oh, this is my, I had a poo today.
I'd watch that.
Would you?
Yeah.
Not actual, you know.
So, but I know what you mean though. If you're kind of like just doing one, like you were saying about the Nice Dad thing, it's highly interesting if you're part of that soap opera, if you're kind of invested in that and you've been watching it for a long time. But like if you're just sort of talking about yourself, like I've seen it with some vloggers recently. Specifically, I think it was a fashion vlogger, a couple of people, and they just kind of like were talking about themselves. And I think it's maybe like you said about, you know, being emulating, like maybe they're watching personalities and enjoying watching the diary of their life, and then they're kind of like emulating that a bit and talking about themselves. Yeah. But I just don't care what you had for lunch. I don't care.
I've not had lunch yet.
So make it interesting. Have some cake.
Oh, I'll have some cake. How did you both get into photography, and what was your first camera?
Oh man, that's a good question actually.
Yeah.
I haven't been asked that in ages. Go on, you go first.
I got into it when I was in university, mainly because it was the easiest module to do.
Did you really? That's so honest.
I meant the teacher. I knew that he basically says, "Here's your project for this term."
This was film as well, right?
Sorry, yeah, film.
Yeah, because you're getting old.
And he said, "Here's the project. You have to do a photography project, and then just go away." He doesn't teach you anything.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's almost the opposite, because I've had friends who have studied photography and they got like halfway through it and it's killed their passion.
Yeah.
Because they're being told that's wrong.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. To my mind, that's ridiculous. So he just let you go away and do it.
Yeah. At first I thought this is a bit silly, but I can sleep in. And I got a instant camera and I started.
So passionate about photography, isn't he?
Well, at that time I was like, I'll get an instant camera and I'll take pictures of tramps. No, not tramps. My friends. Sorry, I got mixed up. No, I was like, okay, I got an instant camera. I'm going to take pictures of my friends at parties. But,
wow.
But a number of people were doing that, you know.
Just the Aspergic ones? Or... Because you don't have to talk to them then, do you?
Got a crap mark for that. And I thought, shit.
Why?
I'm gonna fail this. Yeah, why? Just random pictures of drunk friends laying in their own vomit. Anything? Then I thought I really want to get good grades, and my sister got me a good camera. Well, it was a Pentax, so not that good. But
go on.
And then I really got into it. I proper geeked out and started figuring out how to, you know, get the right settings for good photos, and started reading geeky photo magazines. And then I thought, oh, that's a nice picture. How can I get that? Yeah. And I just ended up going to fields and staying out at night to get really all right shots. Hopefully they're all right.
Sounds
but I got
like
a good grade for that. So that's how I got into it, just by...
That's superb. So you studied it in one...
First of all, being lazy, but figuring out, actually, I quite like this. And I want to get a good grade at it.
Oh, it's totally the opposite, man.
So therefore, Pentax MZM, first camera, Doesn't have to be amazing, but I've still got it and I still love it.
I stole my first camera.
Right.
I did. My dad would kick my ass if
camera?
if he knew, but he had a Canon T3.
Oh, okay, that kind of
with
thing.
a 50 on it, and he was like really precious about it, but I never ever saw him pick it up once. It was just like in the box and it stayed there for like 3 years. It's like, what the heck? Why is he not getting this out? This is magic.
So this is already digital age?
No, this was
T3?
Yeah, the old film DSLR. It was a T3.
Right.
Have I got that right? Pretty sure it's T3. I'll get it out. It's so sweet to look at. And it's just this really nice little curtain shutter DSLR that I stole when he was away. And I would just go and kind of get rolls of film from the chemist in the town nearby and just shoot whatever. And it was mainly kind of animals. I'd leave crumbs out for birds or just weird kind of conceptual stuff. And I'd try and make cool looking black and white pictures. But for the most part, because I didn't want to get in trouble, it was disposable cameras. They're still my favorite toys. I love them because you kind of forget what you've shot, and you know, once you get the stuff back after processing, it's like kind of, you know, you get that little Christmas morning feel. I love that. So they were kind of always my first cameras.
Right.
But I didn't study it or anything like that. I just kind of was always taking pictures.
I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to study it. And somebody just asked, should I quit uni to... Oh, Brian Chen, great questions. He's on fire, this dude. Do you think degree is important if considering doing YouTube or filmmaking? Is it worth to quit uni for YouTube? For YouTube? Not really. Even for filmmaking,
Don't quit
I
uni
think...
for YouTube. That's insane.
Depends what you're doing. If
Are you studying to be a doctor?
Exactly.
Like, if you want to be a surgeon...
Save some lives and do YouTube if yourself.
There's an awful lot of stuff you can just do if you're passionate and you can get good at it. If you're going to be a doctor, no.
Well, filmmaking,
they don't let you
don't have to go to uni anyway. You can just get some.
There are plenty of
workshops.
really. There's a lot of Hollywood that didn't study filmmaking. Tons of. And that's where the talent is. Usually you'll find a lot of originality in those who haven't studied it because they're outside of any framework or kind of linear way of thinking, or, you know, been educated down a specific path. But at the same time, it doesn't, you know, I'm not taking anything away from studying it.
Yeah. Definitely don't quit uni for YouTube.
No.
Do it at the same time.
Don't quit
yeah.
bacon for YouTube, idiots.
Yeah.
Stay in school.
Yes.
Let's have another one. My current vlogs are me and my girlfriend in Thailand.
Show off.
Okay, all right. Nice one. Definitely girlfriend?
Lock, you ready to go to Bali? They're not even asking questions to us anymore.
No, he's not here.
What the hell? He may look a little bit like Locke.
Yeah.
You're doing your accent earlier, weren't you?
Nope. Okay, is it? It's just very hard to. I don't know.
We're overtime now. By the way, we're doing this for the love of you guys.
Yeah, that's what it is. So if you are going to send
an extra OT money as well, are we getting paid OT? By the way,
yeah. Now's the point.
No,
we'll probably get free cake.
Jesus.
If you're going to ask any weird stuff, we should like have an open 5 minutes.
What's your
where
favourite
people
cake?
Can ask whatever they want about anything.
What is your favourite cake? Peeps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mate, I don't know. Anything with booze in it? What about you?
Why?
Oh, I got the
You're happy
poo
to get
on
drunk
me.
on it?
Now? Yeah. Sure, anytime. Let's go. All right, come on. Anything you can think of. It doesn't have to be about photography or anything.
Can Kai even grow a beard? No.
No.
Depends what you call a beard. Yeah.
You're very smooth, aren't you?
I'm smooth.
Smooth.
It's good. I'm good in wind tunnel.
Really, really fast in the water.
I'm especially aerodynamic, especially when we're on that car.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Quite incredible. Not a hair anywhere.
No.
No static. What else we got?
Is Fuji overpriced? You can answer that one.
See, this is the thing. They're so great. I love the colours. They're my favourite. It's got my favourite sensor in. They're X-Trans 2. It's lovely. That new one.
What's the whistle for?
It's a sexy whistle.
It's like the old man in the gym kind of. I can't even do it.
What was he looking at? I have no idea. If he was whistling, congratulations. The new one is, because it's like almost the same price as a Sony, isn't it?
What's that? Yeah.
No. But, no. I mean, hell. I think they're all right. Are you a football player, Kai?
What?
Do you into foot sport?
Yes.
Like
I know you don't like football.
The World Cuppings and things?
Yeah.
What's the other one?
What do you mean the other one?
The big thing that they have, like you got the World Cup and then what? What? There's another one.
Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League?
No, it doesn't sound familiar. There's something else. There's a World Cup and there's something else that happens at some point in the year. Because I see all the tiny flags and then the disappointment.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
If I knew
There's
what
a
you're talking
World
about.
Cup and then there's something else, right?
It's another cup.
Kai, can you speak Mandarin, please?
Can I swear?
Yeah,
Tawny Ma.
we need a whole sentence.
Oh, that was enough.
Really?
Actually, I'm not swearing to you, by the way.
It's a very beautiful language. I know that phrase.
Is Kai married?
Bonjour.
Yes.
Bonjour, bien cher.
Has anyone ever written a fan fiction about you and Locke?
Paul, time to talk about your water bottle. That's Locke. Hello, Locke. How are you?
Look, it's already placed like that as a free plug.
Yeah.
So what is it? What is it?
I'm into conservation. It helps you stop using single-use plastics. That's all it is.
And you got paid for it?
No, maybe, no. But it's, it's just, never mind. Thanks, Locke. Have you had a fan page written about you? Oh, here's one for you. Do you get people sending you fan art?
No, I don't put my address out there.
Well, no, like posting it on social networks and things like that. Like people drawing you and stuff.
Probably not.
People love drawing me. What is that about?
I don't know, there's more of you.
Whatever. Next question. European Championships trophy. Kai, I love you. No homo, though. Well.
Why Kai is eating his cake with a knife?
Someone got it. Someone got it from China. Paul, you are Batman. I said earlier on in Mandarin, I said, I am Batman. Well done on picking that out.
Excellent.
Why is Kai eating
European
his cake with a
trophy.
knife? Because he's dangerous.
Yes.
That's why.
A little bit scary.
Get a fork. Pff, forks are for losers, Rick. Someone just gave me a nickel matte F2. This thing is so well made. I prefer antique SLRs. And that's a good point, actually. I've got a sweet F3, a titanium F3, which I got. Oh man, do you remember when you were last in Hong Kong and I asked you to keep an eye out for me?
Yeah, I
for
did.
an F3. I managed to. Cheers, mate. I managed to find one in the end online. I love that thing. So that F2, that's a beast. I love those too.
Yeah. People keep asking me, oh, when I'm going to Hong Kong, where's the best place to go?
Check out Blake's comment.
What's that?
Paul, you were great in The Hangover. Cheers.
You fancy yourself.
I get that so much.
No. You fancy yourself as a Zach Galifianakis.
I can see their point. I just want to get one of those babies, but turn it into a hit flask.
You're
so
one of those guys that tries to get people to say, "Oh, you like that guy in The Hangover."
I never mention it. Look, it's right there.
Honestly,
what's your favourite car? That's what it says.
What's my favourite car?
That's it. The Euros.
Ferrari
the Euro
F40.
Really?
Yeah.
The one with the big wing on it?
Yeah.
Well, how come it looks like a shoe?
A lot of cars look like shoes.
Especially Fiat 500s.
That's your favourite car?
It is at the minute. I love it. Actually, no. My favourite car is actually, I like a Bentley blower. Nice vintage 20s blower. Ferrari F40.
Yeah. Best car ever made.
Really? It says that's what you think?
Yeah. It's the most ridiculous Ferrari around.
See, I don't know an awful lot about young cars, but I like the old cars. I've got a little 19...
You like shabby cars?
No, I've got a 1923 Austin Special. It's like a tiny little reverse bullet-shaped thing with wheels on the outside, and I dress like a frog. What?
I don't know how you fit in that.
How dare you? How dare you?
Next question. What is your daily driver?
Hey, look, I can say that you were both great in The Hangover.
All right.
That's funny.
How much do you have to compromise? Look, people are still actually asking filmmaker questions.
Real questions. Oh,
people
God.
are like, guys, I'm sorry to disappoint you. We're talking about complete gash at the minute.
Yeah.
Can I say that? I just did.
You just did.
How much do you have to compromise as a filmmaker because of financial restrictions or business? I don't do commercial stuff, so.
You don't. However, I think in a couple of situations, I've almost been like a fixer for your videos. You know, like when we wanted to either blow something up or film something in slow motion or do something stupid in a tank.
Yeah, I'll let you deal with that.
Yeah, if you're determined though, you can probably kind of like ask around. Someone usually knows someone who knows something else, and you can make stuff happen if you've got a specific idea in your head.
Yeah, well, I didn't really answer the question, but...
If you're a filmmaker and you're particularly ambitious, then maybe it might be a good idea to join some forums with some people who are kind of like moving within those circles. Like, say, Shepperton Studios, for example, they have their own SFX department, as do Pinewood. A lot of forums exist online where these guys kind of hang out and swap ideas and stuff. And they kind of exchange ideas and get involved with things like that and see if you can shoot something while they're testing something. Just kind of use your brain box a little and find a way of thinking outside the box so you can kind of, you know, try and accomplish something.
I think you're particularly good at making shit happen. Oh, sorry, swore again.
It's all right.
Making stuff happen. You're particularly good at making stuff happen. Like, you just have a way, you're good with people, right? And I think that comes from your pro photographer background.
Maybe. I've kind of been like it since I was little though. Maybe it's an only child thing. It's like that constant strive for attention.
Because when we did that pro tog shoot,
yeah,
you got a woman angry, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, but then in the end, she kind of was all right. And
by the end of it, she was lovely.
Yeah.
But I think if you've got an idea though, just, you know, try and make it happen. I mean, that's half the fun of it. Favourite dim sum?
A bit of dun tart.
What's that?
Egg tart.
Egg tart.
Yeah.
2 words. Okay, right. Yeah, fine.
I mean, 2 words you've never heard of.
Well, no, I was going to say put together, but then we have a kind of flan, I suppose.
You've got egg tart in the UK.
What do we call that?
Egg tart, isn't it?
No, is it? I don't know. All this fancy
French
stuff. It's what? Quiche.
No, that's not a quiche.
That's kind of an egg tart.
That's a cheesy eggy thing, isn't it?
Savoury egg pie. There we go.
You've got egg tart. What are you talking about? Okay.
Thanks.
Gimbal reviews. Oh, there's one coming apparently.
Ooh. I looked
Me and
for...
Tim shot one.
Did you?
Yeah. It's coming. Tim's flying off somewhere though, so...
Where's he going?
China.
For how long?
1 day.
What?
Yeah.
1 day?
1 day.
Who died? That's ridiculous. Who goes to China? It takes
Somebody
you a day to get there.
Somebody did die.
That's terrifically
it's not funny.
bad. It's pretty funny.
It's not funny actually.
It's pretty funny. Nobody died.
No. It's a Sony event.
I was looking.
Okay,
the other day.
Oh, somebody actually said keep your bombs.
Oh,
thanks for the response. I'll keep my questions more phallus related moving forward.
I looked for a Ronin 2 the other day. I didn't realise quite how expensive they were. Have you used that yet?
No.
Want to get my hands on that. That's insane. Properly insane.
Is you related Ronan Keating?
Not sure. Have to ask. Don't think it was Irish. It's like a Japanese Ronan Keating.
Favourite city for photography?
Oh man, that's properly tough. City. See, I'm not like a big fan. I'd say Reykjavik, but only because then you can go out and shoot somewhere else. I love that place.
Was that as a base, isn't it?
Yeah, Iceland's my favourite place. It's like a newborn planet.
I've yet to go there.
Dude, we need to go. We need to make a video there.
Let's
it's
do
insane. It's like being on the set of Thor, except everything will kill you if you fall over near it.
For me, Tokyo. Tokyo is amazing.
I've never been.
Oh, you're missing out.
Dying to go.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, now is it expensive, Tokyo, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I imagine so. But for wandering around and taking pictures, that's like, we're getting like stage 3 casual here.
I know. How far back does it go?
It's amazing. But for kind of just mucking around, taking street stuff, Tokyo's your vibe.
Well, I like weird stuff, so Hong Kong's great for weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they have vending machines for pants there?
What, in Hong Kong?
Yeah, or is that just
Japan?
No, when you were to Tokyo, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like totally cash. Yeah, you got vending machines for pants there.
Yeah. If you shit yourself, then sorry, I know some they're cringing now because swearing too much. Jesus. Yes, they have vending machines for underpants, soiled and fresh ones.
And I think that's a great way to end the show.
Yeah. Yes. So there we are. I hope you've learned something. I don't think you have learned anything because we mainly talked about complete rubbish.
But that's the way we like it. If you would like more, let these guys know, and we can see. Oh look, Chimera. Sorry about that, mate. Yeah, he's been there with the soilage. But there we go.
So this is probably the last time I'll ever work with CVP because they probably didn't like this.
Well, probably, yeah. It'll be the last time I'm invited.
That's
most
fine.
Probably. I didn't swear as much though.
That's good. That's good.
And I only spoke about Jimmy Savile once.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Give yourself a medal. Give yourself a Jimmy Savile medal.
I'll have 2. Thank you. I fixed it for myself. Thanks for watching, CVP people and audience.
Please subscribe to CVP's channel and mainly my channel.
Mainly Kai's channel.
Some of his.
Actually, come and talk to me on Instagram. That's where I hang out mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Paul John Bayfield on Instagram.
I think they've just stopped this.
Oh, we cut now. Oh, we're still going. But like, if you do
it's
have
a good job we didn't start swearing.
Yeah. If you genuinely though, if you have any questions, if you do want to know something or have an idea and you want to sort of like just bounce about how to try and get something done, then just give us a shout on Instagram. Kai won't answer. He'll say he will.
Was it stopped recording?
No, we're going.
Oh. Anyway, I was going to ask actually, what do you think of live? I mean, like actually, would you do more live videos?
This stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny as. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
We need to bring more things there. Perhaps I think if we're going to do this again, we can do a bit of a demo and show you how you can get things wrong. Genuinely, I think that's kind of the most important thing you can like show and teach, like the failure parts and what you can kind of like, you know, easily miss on cameras and how you can mess stuff up.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing live, unfortunately, is that the failure can end up being the show itself. Yeah. I don't really do live because I think live is good for events and stuff.
It's perfect for this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
and we're doing I mean, we're in a studio. We're doing everything on green screen right now, but we've got it set up so it looks just like a studio.
We're actually at home.
Which seems like a waste.
This is not. But yeah, live for events or specific topics, interacting with fans. Or it has to be really scripted.
You reckon?
Really structured.
Nah. Why? We'd be terrible at that.
No, but it has to be a structure, not like, okay, you've got to say this.
I think have a hit list. Kind of work your way through bits and bobs.
Unlike today.
The nice thing is, it's like YouTube Live is great because people usually like after a video, they'll post a bunch of comments and sometimes you might not be able to kind of get back to everyone's answers or whatever. But right now they can just literally ask stuff like, why the bananas?
Yeah.
Why didn't anyone eat them? That wasn't a question I probably should have picked.
I think live works great when you've got more than one person. Yeah. YouTube really want to push this live thing because they it's a newish feature. It's not something they had. It's not something they had years ago.
Didn't actually know that.
So people were just doing live, but for no specific reason.
There we go. Live reviews. No one's doing that. Where can we buy your photos? My photos. Come and talk. Come and talk.
Do you sell photos?
I'll speak later. Yeah, sometimes I do, like artwork pieces. And I enjoy that. Sometimes I will enter into exhibition stuff, but not under my name. Not like everyone knows who I am anyway.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. We didn't plan anything, did we?
No. No, we never planned anything.
So therefore it's a complete mess, but it's all right. Because we've got cake. Exactly. And you haven't.
Well, they might have cake.
Yeah, true, actually. And on that note, and on that bombshell.
Oh. We're already in the studio.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us,
Yeah.
CVP.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure.
How many? Like, if you were going to do a review, how many stars would you give it?
Oh my God.
5. 1 thumbs up. Would buy again. 1 thumbs down. Whatever.
She's leaving the company anyway. So.
Yeah, as of now. Brilliant.
So that's fine. All right. Thank you for watching. Big cheers to CP people.
Yeah.
And probably won't see you next time.
Also, yeah. And if you do want to just find out a little bit more about vlogging in a more serious sense, it's worth giving a chap called Louis Palou a little Google. He's now got a film come out on Amazon. I think you can find it on Netflix as well. He's a National Geographic photographer, and he's vlogged his entire kind of journey through Afghanistan and through all the conflict and stuff. And it's really worth a watch if you want to kind of get immersed in something a little bit more serious.
Excellent stuff.
See ya.
See you, Locke.
See you lot. Bye.